The little pony sat alone in her room, eyes filled with not just tears but gloom, heart filled with sadness that the light of day had faded away. Every passing hour there would be a shower. Young eyes would gaze to the dark, pain leaving an everlasting mark. Anger, regret, emptiness. Gone the innocent heart, soul shattered, broken apart. Onward she would sway, for tomorrow was another day. Never would she be the same, forced to pull ahead within this game. Every little piece of a child's perfect world gone, replaced with the truth of the swan song. The screams pierced through the air from downstairs in a steady pattern. I dared not leave my room unless I wished for the same fate to befall me. I simply sat alone on my bed in the darkness. It was so cold around me. I could honestly see my breath every time I took a gasp of air. My blonde mane showered over my eyes softly, almost obscuring my vision. I might just be a filly, but my mama always said I was strong for my age. Came the banging on my bedroom door, the knob twisting so slowly as something tried its best to pry inside. I swallowed the lump in my throat, my whole body shivering in fear. It was a monster coming for me. It had tried to make its way inside earlier. I knew better though. I moved my big rocking chair from the corner and slid it under the doorknob. I would not let it get me. I would not let it speak to me those horrible words.
You can't hide,
the monster spoke in a dark tone of voice, sending a shiver down my spine. I hid myself under the sheets for protection. I could feel my ears perking up slowly. The rain was pouring roughly outside. I knew the moon that gave me such calm nights before was now hidden behind dark clouds. I held back tears in my eyes, my small hooves rushing to cover my muzzle. I could hear the monster trying to force my door open. The chair strained in place as the door shifted open and closed rapidly, the knob flicking side to side. Soon it would come for me. I had no pony to call out to for help. Even if they could hear me, they would never come. The screams downstairs became louder as I winced. I felt my ears folding down in fear. I wanted to hold my tears back. I really did, yet I could feel them cascading down my cheeks, much like the rain sliding down the pane of my window outside. The wind howled so wickedly, I could have sworn it was the monster. Perhaps it was? It would so love to trick me. Suddenly the door rocked in place. I yelped aloud as I slung off my covers, the door opening just a bit as I could see its lone dark red eye gazing forward to me. I felt my heart skip a beat inside my chest. I tried to get to my hooves, but they were just too wobbly. I couldn't get my strength up. I felt myself tumbling off the bed and onto the floor below with a loud thud. My whole body ached with pain. My coat did nothing to save me from the chill of the room. My tears were so cold on my cheeks, it almost felt like they were burning my face.
open the door.
The voice of the monster bounced off the walls, invading my ears. Pushing with all its might against the door, the monster tried to get in. I gasped aloud in shock and fear, bolting for my open closet as fast as my small hooves could carry me. I leapt into the dark abyss as a bolt of lightning struck just outside of my room, lightning painting my room an eerie blue glow. I slammed the door shut tightly as I heard the door to my room opening up completely. My rocking chair had failed me. I whimpered softly in fear, thunder booming outside loudly, causing me to burst into a shrill shriek. Ah! The monster had heard me for sure. I could hear its hoofsteps stomping ever closer. Lifting hooves across my muzzle, I could only sit there in silent terror, waiting for the inevitable to happen. Tears flowing from my dark green eyes as I watched the door before me slowly begin to creep open. My heart constricted in my chest. Why did it have to be this way? Why did I have to be caught? If I just hit harder, maybe it would have never found me. Pa. Mama. I'm so sorry.
Now, Sugar Cube, you shouldn't be hiding like this.
The monster towered over me with its massive shadow. Dark red eyes gazed down at me as I gazed up in silence, sobbing.
Leave me alone.
I whimpered, curling up into a small ball on the floor, hiding my muzzle behind my bright golden tail.
Honey, please, I need you to be strong. Not just for me, but your brother too.
Granny Smith kneeled down to my side, eyes red from crying as she gently scooped me up into her hooves, holding me so tightly. Her shadow did not seem so scary now.
Nuh-uh.
I shook my head side to side quickly, trying to squirm out of her embrace. Yet I couldn't. I just wasn't strong enough.
Applejack, your parents.
She held me close to her chest, trembling. I tried to pull away, my ears perking up as I could hear the calming rhythm of her heartbeat within.
Please, no.
I yelled aloud, knowing the next words that would come. I didn't want to hear them.
They're gone, Sugar Cube. They've gone.
Granny held me close, hugging so tightly. I couldn't think of anything else to do but go limp in her hooves. Bearing my muzzle into her shoulder as I began to sob aloud, my whole body aching from head to hoof.
I know.
I gasped aloud, my heart shattering into 1,000 pieces. Apple Bloom was crying from downstairs. I knew she was scared out of her mind. Hey, she was younger than me. Big Mac was probably trying to calm her down to no avail. I knew she would not cry with only 2 ponies, Mama and me. Granny Smith began to hum aloud with me in her hooves. I lifted my muzzle up from her shoulder, gazing to the doorway. Big Mac sat on his backside, holding little Apple Bloom in his hooves. He was always so strong, but now even he was crying. The small filly cried out for protection and warmth from across the room.
Can you be strong for me?
Granny whispered in my ears as I swallowed the growing lump in my throat. I gazed up to her in silence, wiping the tears away from my eyes, nodding along. Ears folded back, I slowly made my way out of the darkness of the closet and into the light of the room. Walking to Apple Bloom, I softly took her away from my brother, scooping her tightly into my own hooves. She watched me in awe, as if unsure how to react. I bit my lower lip hard, tears rolling down my cheeks. She began to look frightened, her own tears welling up quickly.
No, shh. Big sister is all right, Sugar Cube.
I did my best to form a silly smile, a small giggle escaping my sister's tiny muzzle. For her, I promised to be strong and honest, to protect her from all the pain within this world.
Oh, that's it. I promise, darling, for you, I'll just cry on the inside.
Hey everypony, the Wandering Mare here. I'm going to make this outro brief, so let me know if it takes too long. Thank you all for listening to my reboot of Monster by ShyMarblePie. For those of you who don't know, this was actually the very first reading that I ever put up on YouTube. Of course, this reading was put on my first channel called Love Squeaks. Originally, that channel was going to be a channel dedicated to narrating romantic fanfictions, like shipping Twidash or Pinky Twi or Pinky Dash, whoever. But eventually the very first reading that I put up just so happened to be horror, or this kind of suspenseful story that you just heard. So I ended up taking down that channel and starting a new one, known as Melancholy Poet, or The Wandering Mare. I want to give a big thank you to the 2 people who were able to lend their voices as Granny Smith and Philly Applejack. And an even bigger thank you to Matededdneddy, who was able to find the original recording for me to put back up on YouTube. Now, I'm not sure if ShyMarblePie will ever hear this, but if you are listening, thank you for writing this story and giving me permission to do a reading on it. This sparked something within me that has led me to do more readings and has led me to being guest starred on an online radio show. So thank you so much. And thank you to all of you who are listening to this. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have been able to go on that radio show, and I wouldn't want to do more of this. I do these readings for me, but you guys make me want to do more. So here's to another 3 years of being a brony, and to having even more fanfic readings uploaded to YouTube more consistently. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all are having a marvelously pony-filled day. And as always, with lots of pony love, the Wandering Mare.